The human digestive system is highly advanced and plays a central role in supporting the body's overall health and function. It consists of several key organs, including the rectum, large intestine, small intestine, pancreas, stomach, also known as the gaster or ventriculus, liver, and gallbladder. The esophagus is also an essential part of this system, along with salivary glands located around the mouth. If you have watched this far, please like and share, so others can learn too. Digestion begins in the mouth, where food is mechanically broken down by the teeth and mixed with saliva produced by the salivary glands. This saliva contains an enzyme called amylase, which starts the digestion of carbohydrates by breaking them into smaller molecules. The resulting soft mass of food and saliva, known as a bolus, is pushed by the tongue into the throat and then into the esophagus. The esophagus transports the bolus to the stomach. Its inner opening, called the lumen, is flexible enough to allow food of different sizes to pass through. Structurally, the esophagus is made of several layers that extend throughout the digestive tract. Two outer muscle layers create a wave-like motion called peristalsis, which moves the bolus toward the stomach, even if a person is upside down. The stomach is typically divided into 6 regions and has a structure similar to the esophagus. It contains a longitudinal outer muscle layer, a middle circular layer, and an inner oblique layer. Inside, folds called rugae allow the stomach to expand as food enters. The stomach wall also contains gastric glands that produce mucus to protect it from strong gastric acid. Gastric acid can be triggered by simply seeing or smelling food, as well as by spices or the stretching of the stomach. About 1 to 2 liters of gastric juice are produced daily. Since the esophagus does not have the same protective mucus layer as the stomach, a sphincter separates the two. This sphincter opens to allow food into the stomach and then closes to prevent acid or food from flowing backward. Gastric juice contains hydrochloric acid, pepsin, intrinsic factor, and lipase. Hydrochloric acid helps kill harmful bacteria that may be present in food and also converts inactive pepsinogen into active pepsin. Pepsin then begins breaking down proteins in the stomach. The intrinsic factor is essential for the absorption of vitamin B12 in the small intestine. Vitamin B12 plays a crucial role in maintaining healthy nerve cells, producing red blood cells, and supporting DNA synthesis. Gastric juice also includes gastric lipase, which helps digest fats by breaking triglycerides into a free fatty acid and a diglyceride, although more efficient fat digestion occurs later in the small intestine. Through regular muscular contractions occurring about every 20 seconds, the stomach mixes food with gastric juice, forming a semi-liquid substance called chyme. Initially, this chyme cannot enter the small intestine because it is blocked by the pyloric sphincter. This sphincter only opens slightly, allowing small amounts of chyme to pass, while keeping larger particles in the stomach. In the duodenum, which is the first part of the small intestine, chyme mixes with bile and pancreatic secretions through the ampulla of Vater. Pancreatic juice contains many digestive enzymes and proenzymes, and also includes sodium hydrogen carbonate to neutralize the acidic chyme, creating a more suitable pH of 7 to 8. Proenzymes in pancreatic juice are activated by enterokinase from the duodenum. For example, trypsinogen is converted into trypsin, which digests proteins and activates other enzymes. Pancreatic amylase completes carbohydrate digestion, while pancreatic lipase breaks triglycerides into two free fatty acids. This process is enhanced by bile, which emulsifies fats into smaller droplets, making them easier to digest. Bile is produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder until it is released into the duodenum. The pancreas also releases its digestive juices through the same opening. The small intestine is divided into three sections: the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. The duodenum and jejunum have circular folds that increase the surface area for digestion and absorption. These folds are covered with tiny finger-like projections called villi, which further enhance absorption. Each villus contains blood capillaries and a lymphatic vessel called a lacteal. Nutrients absorbed by the villi enter the bloodstream or lymphatic system. Some nutrients, like glucose, can enter the blood directly, while others, such as iron, require transport proteins like transferrin. Fats are transported as chylomicrons through the lacteals. The villi are also covered with even smaller structures called microvilli, which greatly increase the surface area for nutrient absorption. The ileum, the final part of the small intestine, does not have circular folds. It is responsible for absorbing electrolytes like calcium, trace elements such as zinc, vitamin B12, and bile acids, which are recycled back to the liver. Movement through the small intestine occurs via peristalsis, while segmentation contractions mix the chyme to improve digestion. The large intestine is thicker and about 1 meter long, surrounding the small intestine. The connection between the two is controlled by Bowhin's valve, which regulates the flow of chyme into the large intestine. Unlike the small intestine, the large intestine does not have villi, since most nutrients have already been absorbed. However, it contains around 100 billion bacteria that play essential roles in digestion, including producing vitamins, breaking down fiber, and supporting the immune system. Chyme moves through the large intestine, from the ascending colon to the transverse colon, and then to the descending colon, through peristalsis. During this process, water is absorbed, and mucus is added to facilitate the movement of waste. Finally, any remaining undigested material is stored in the rectum and eventually expelled from the body through the anus,